You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. Two men are facing new charges in the case involving the East Patchogue girl that went missing. Anthony Wright and Daniel Soto were both indicted for statutory rape for allegedly having sex with the underage girl. The 14-year-old was missing for 25 days back in December. She was found on a boat at an Islip marina. And a man has been sentenced to 1 to 4 years in prison after admitting to cutting up his friend's body and getting rid of her remains. 72-year-old Gary Cowell told the judge that he panicked when he found his friend. The victim's son spoke to the court today.
I'm never going to get my mom back. The 4 years isn't going to change anything. In 4 years, she's still going to be dead.
Parts of Yvette Leonard's body were found along Montauk Highway in East Patchogue. It happened last June. And the Deer Park man accused of killing his father pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity. Christopher Miller is charged with murder for the death of retired Suffolk Police Detective John Miller. The shooting happened yesterday at their home. And one person is dead after a car and a fire truck crashed while the fire department was responding to a call. Now, police say it happened near the intersection of Route 112 and the LIE South Service Road. The crash involved a truck from the Medford Fire Department. Now, the department was heading to North Patchogue to respond to multiple car fires. Officials say a man was taken to the hospital with burns. And the deadline to stop congestion pricing has been extended 30 more days. Now, tomorrow was the original deadline set by the Trump administration. The MTA says they will continue to enforce the tolls until a court order tells them otherwise. And Kathy Hochul is proposing new restrictions on wearing masks in public. The governor says she supports some restrictions except for medical and religious regions. Hochul says this could help to prevent crime in subways. The measure could be included in her budget due on April 1st. All right, let's take a quick look at tomorrow's weather, shall we? Because today was a bit rainy and just not good overall. So tomorrow we have some sun and some wind. Temps will be a little lower than usual in the mid-40s. We'll take a look at your 7-day forecast later in the broadcast. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education. Joining me now to break this down is Newsday reporter Maura McDermott. Now, Maura, what kind of reaction has there been on Long Island to this?
Well, there's been a wide range of reactions. So some folks are very concerned that this could have a negative impact on students who rely on financial aid to remain in school. And they're also concerned that it could result in issues for students who require special education for disabilities. And some people are also concerned that this could have an impact on people who have faced discrimination and have filed civil rights cases. And those are points that educators and students and parents have raised in talking about this. At the same time, too, President Trump said when he signed this order that it's going to send more control to states and to local school districts. He called out Long Island in particular as a place where, he has seen more local control of schools. And I talked to a mom with the group Moms for Liberty who said that she expects that it will eliminate a layer of bureaucracy and allow schools to have more control over what's taught in classrooms.
Long Islanders are pushing back against the new Social Security change requiring in-person ID checks. Virginia Huey has the story.
It is outrageous, not fair.
72-year-old Laura Leitner of East Northport is sounding off about a new Social Security Administration rule. The agency announced that starting March 31st, people who want to file for benefits or make direct deposit changes can no longer do so by phone and must first verify their identity online or visit a field office. Leitner says the change will be a hardship for her and her 97-year-old mother.
I just don't know how disabled, elderly, people who don't have transportation, the phone line was critical for them. Even though it takes 2 hours to reach someone, it's still a critical aspect for people that need to speak to somebody at Social Security.
The Trump administration said the change is an effort to limit fraudulent claims. A spokesperson for the agency said, quote, the Social Security Administration is losing over $100 million a year in direct deposit fraud. Social Security can better protect Americans while expediting service. But retiree advocates say the rushed rollout of the change will lead to chaos and confusion, making it easier for government imposter scammers to prey on senior citizens.
We really think this is a mistake for Social Security to roll out this new procedure with such little notice, with no education campaign. We really are urging them to reverse course. An American who has paid into Social Security their entire life deserves to get an answer to the questions they have on the phone without having to drive to a field office and without having to wait 2.5 hours for someone to call them back.
The change comes as the agency plans to close dozens of Social Security offices across the country and has already laid out plans to lay off thousands of workers.
I think it makes it much more difficult. It's very inconvenient.
63-year-old Charlie Nitty of Deer Park is concerned the cuts and change in procedure will delay access to earned benefits.
Well, I guess we're all going to have to suck it up. That's it. There's no way out of it.
For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
What's Up on Long Island is brought to you by the Made in Huntington Film and TV Festival.
All right, here's what's up on Long Island. It's opening weekend at Adventureland. The amusement park has a Ferris wheel, bumper cars, roller coasters, and more. The St. Patrick's Day parades continue. There'll be drums, bagpipes, and plenty of green in Glen Cove and Patchogue on Sunday.
Elmo, Abby, and Cookie Monster are joining their furry friends from Sesame Street in your neighborhood.
Or check out Sesame Street Live. The show is Friday night at the Patchogue Theater. For admission info and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. All right, now let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast to see how the weekend is shaping up. As I told you, tomorrow temps are going to be fairly low. We'll have that wind. Saturday, Sunday, we stay dry. Temps are going to be nice on Saturday, but rain will be moving in next week. We'll keep an eye on it for you too.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
You're watching Newsday TV. For more on all the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. I'm Ken Bufa. Thank you so much for joining us.